So he's done brilliantly. Play on, says the referee. Oh, it's going to be a penalty kick for the Italians.
What an idiot!
He should get his eyes checked.
He's been bribed! He's been bought by the mafia. In sports, as in life, it's easy to get emotionally involved. But sadly, the Bad News Corp have taken things too far. Staff watching the game resorted to name-calling, accusations of bribery, and made jokes about the ref's heritage. This is a manipulation tactic known as an ad hominem attack, which means against the person in Latin. The reason that we refer to this tactic by its Latin name is probably because even as far back as ancient Rome, people were aware that attacking the questioner rather than the argument is unfair. Sometimes, of course, it is relevant to note someone's past experiences. Like imagine a tobacco company putting out a study saying that smoking can't cause you harm. Should we question the character and motive here? I think so. But instead of attributing blame in such a deserved way, sadly, ad hominem attacks are commonly used to draw attention away from the issue at hand and manipulate your impression of the person instead.
I can't believe what I'm hearing.
Well, then you better turn up your hearing aid, Pops.
Pops? I'm only 2 years older than you.
Do we want old man Patterson here with his finger on the button?
What button? What the hell are you talking about?
What button? Where am I? Who took my false teeth?
You'll be surprised how often people attack a person or group rather than the argument itself. Truth labs. Just because they get personal doesn't mean you have to. You might think about skipping this ad. Don't. What happens next will make you tear up. Wait, you're still here? I mean, great, looks like the trick worked. You see, when watching videos or browsing online, you are likely to encounter content that is loaded with emotional language, and with good reason. Playing into emotions, especially negative ones, such as fear, anger, or contempt, is a trick to get you to pay attention to something when you otherwise wouldn't. It's likely that's a big reason why you're still watching this ad is because you were lured in by our use of emotional language in the very first sentence. Research has shown that expressing emotion is key for the spread of moral and especially political ideas in social networks. So let's say when you're writing a headline and you're trying your hardest to manipulate your readers to click, one thing you can do is pepper your headlines with a bunch of emotionally charged words. Call it a horrific accident instead of a serious one, a disgusting ruling instead of a disagreeable one, or a heartbreaking twist of fate instead of an unfortunate coincidence. That way you're likely to reach more people and influence their reactions. So let's see how this plays out in real life. Let's take the following headline from the movie Anchorman. No emotional manipulation at play here, just to the point, no-nonsense coverage of such an important event in history. This headline, on the other hand, see what they did there? The writer used an emotionally charged word like revolting to describe a whole group of people. Are mutes people? Oh well, you get the point. They're fear-mongering. So whenever you feel outraged or angry, remember, someone may be pulling your strings. Don't be manipulated. Truth Labs, the whole truth and nothing but the truth. Groundbreaking new research shows that anybody who closes a video ad within the first 5 seconds is most likely to watch online advertising all the way through. Go on, think about that totally coherent statement for just a couple of seconds. Incoherence, noun. The quality being illogical or inconsistent. If your goal is to defend a position at all costs, it doesn't really matter whether your reasons for doing so forms the coherent whole, because most people won't notice anyway. It's much easier to use the most convenient argument at hand, even if this argument and a different argument you made earlier cannot both be true at the same time. It's useful to be on the lookout for such incoherent arguments. Being incoherent means being wrong. The earth cannot be flat and round. If someone is using both arguments at different times, they are the ones who are confused, not you. Incoherence can be difficult to spot in real time, as people often don't make incoherent arguments in the same sentence. But let's see what the Truth-O-Matic has to say. Pull the lever, Crunk!
Well, that looks exactly like my old space.
Yeah, but this one comes with your own company suck-up.
Morning, Mr. Griffin. Nice day.
Well, it's a little cloudy.
It's absolutely cloudy. One of the worst days I've seen in years. So, good news about the Yankees.
I hate the Yankees.
Pack of cheaters, that's what they are. I love your tie.
I hate this tie.
It's awful, it's gaudy, it's gotta go.
So whenever you see contradictions like this, the argument is most likely incoherent. Truth Labs. keep coherent and carry on. Either you stop watching the lamestream media, or you want all puppies to die! Make sense, right? No? Good, because it shouldn't. It's a common manipulation technique called a false dichotomy, or a false dilemma. It's designed to make you think you only got 2 choices to choose from, when in reality, there are more. As with our little dilemma at the beginning, there's no reason why you can't watch mainstream media and want all puppies to live. The two don't rule each other out. And by presenting you with an option that is clearly undesirable and the option the manipulator wants you to pick, your choices are narrowed down for you. A famous example of a false dilemma is this one from Star Wars Episode 3, Revenge of the Sith.
My allegiance is to the Republic, to democracy! If you're not with me, then you're my enemy.
Anakin's claim that Obi-Wan is either with him or is his enemy is a clear case of false dichotomy. Obi-Wan is trying to prevent Anakin from joining the dark side, which naturally involves being critical of Anakin's choices. But just because Obi-Wan disagrees with Anakin doesn't automatically make them enemies. Obi-Wan's reply is actually perfect.
Only a Sith deals in absolutes.
Good old Obi! Be on the lookout for instances of false dichotomies in real life. They're more common than you think. Truth Labs. When things are too black and white, dare to be gray.